Hey everybody, Bricklover18 here today with a building a mock series. I guess it's almost like a my own creation vlog, but basically what you're looking at right here is my custom Lego Air Force One. So a few years ago now, I got this set, or part of the set, it was like the skeleton of it, at Philly Brickfest at the yard sale, I think for like $10 or $20, something really ridiculous cheap. But I saw it because I'm like, wow, this would make a really cool Air Force One. And this was right around the time where I was building my presidential motorcade. It's been since 2017 since I built this mock. I still really like it, but I want to make some changes to it. But as you can see here, this is what the Air Force One looks like right now. It's a pretty small plane. It's got some of the original pieces from this set originally, but it's also missing some key pieces like the wings and the back part here. So I, of course, just, did what I can with the parts what I have. Well, now I want to make some modifications to it because I was really inspired by this new Lego plane, actually, the new Lego City one that I reviewed recently. I really like this set, and I'm like, wow, I could steal some of the ideas from here and easily bring it over to my own custom Air Force One. So for starters, I did get a new cockpit. As you can see, it's going to replace this one quite nicely once it's all said and done here. And just by putting that down here, as you can see, it's already made such a difference on the airplane. And I'll move that. I want to expand it, and I want to do a lot of work to this plane. So basically, this is what this video is going to be about. I'm going to take you along the full process of the build. I'm going to tear things down. Unfortunately, I forgot my GoPro at home, so I'm not going to be able to film it, and I'm just because I'm so excited to start building it today. So I will have to show you updates as we go. Well, let's just get started. I'm going to start by taking off all of these pieces. Like, these are the pieces that I'm going to save, obviously, because there's going to be a lot of work. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is rework the cabin area here and probably move all of these seats. So I'm just going to take the doors off right away as well. So I guess this is what a decommissioned aircraft, kind of starts to look like. As you can see, I removed all the back. This one thing, I have to fix the back. I've never really liked it. As you can see, it's obviously way too top heavy, but I've just never really liked what the back looks like, so I can't wait to do some work to that. But now I'm going to probably remove all of the sides and strip this completely down. So I've really stripped it down here. The airplane is basically fully deconstructed. I've got the wings there, the tail there, and all of the other parts to go along with this plane. Now that I have like a more general idea and I've stripped the plane down, I'm just trying to find a color scheme that I like for the sides. As you can see, I've been experimenting with the yellow, blue, and white. I'm not too sure the iterations of it yet, but it's still in progress, and I'll hopefully have some colors decided very soon. So I've been really playing around with the colors this last little bit, and I think this is one of the color schemes that I'm looking at, but I'm also wanting to test out and see if I just want to get rid of the yellow and just do white and blue. This is what it looks like, just white and blue. And this is another option. This is what it looks like with white and blue and light bluish gray. So I think I'm going to go with just the white and blue because of all those options. I just think it looks the most cleanest for what I'm trying to do. So now before I can do any of the bases here, I'm trying to figure out what the length of the airplane is so I can start adding the wings. I'm thinking right about here is where I'll have the wings. Yep, I'm thinking this looks pretty perfect. The remodel of the airplane sure is messy. There's lots of parts everywhere, but it is going really well. So the wing installment here is well underway. I like the doors. I think it fits in quite nice, and I'm going to work on the exterior of the plane before I switch over and start working on the interior, because I think that will take the least amount of time. But right now it is looking good. The doors are obviously a bit higher than I was hoping for it to be, but that's okay. We're going to make it work. Alright, so this is what the plane is looking like right now. I'm a pretty big fan of it, and I think I'm going to work on the tail a bit. Alright, so this is what the plane is looking like right now. The back is pretty good. I like the way it's looking, and I've even started re-adding the floor back onto the inside of the cabin, and I'm going to do a lot more work there to when I have to get the seats in and stuff like that. But as you can see, I reduced the cockpit area, which is good. That's what I wanted to do. And then at the back here, I've still got quite a bit of work to do, but it's coming along quite nicely. So this is kind of like another angle of the plane here, but as you can see, all the flooring is kind of gone in pretty nicely there. I like how that looks, and I'm going to add a cockpit area because I don't want that to be open to everybody. But as you can see, the back area of the plane is getting installed. I still have to find a way to make this a little bit more secure. It's right now just held up by these two plates down here, but I do like how they're kind of on a curve. I might just end up making them not on a curve though, if that would be easier, but I'm trying to make it so it's at least as heavy as possible because the last time I did this, it was way too heavy. But so far, looking good. And then this is what this side looks like. And as you can see, my build area is quite a mess. And I've got parts absolutely everywhere, but I'm liking the way it looks. And then I can set that back on and you can even see it. The Air Force One is well underway. So progress for Air Force One is looking incredible. So I just did this whole line of windows here. As you can see, the back is looking good. I like how that looks, and I'll probably add a bunch of tiles and stuff. Not like a bunch, but just a little to give it a bit more detail. Obviously, that's not ideally how I would like the back, but I'm not a master builder. I don't know how else to really do that. And then this is what the front looks like. I just have to finish adding the rest of the plates up here, and then pretty much the exterior of the plane is very close to being done. I'm surprised I was able to do it this fast, but I really like it. I think it looks much better than the original. I'll have to put in like a photo to kind of compare them because I already forgot what it looks like, but I'm very happy with the progress so far. The body is now pretty much complete. As you can see, I added the tail at the back here and then some more wings and stuff. I still want to do a little bit more detailing work, but for the most part, it's good. The rest of the airplane's looking pretty awesome as well, and that's where a lot of the detailing is gonna go. Again, not ideal, not how I really wanted it, but I think with a couple more tiles and stuff, I can make it look really good, and you can barely even tell. And then right now, I want to start working on the wheels. So this is a status update on what the build area looks like. And this is the body of the aircraft. So it just took me the afternoon, not really that long. And as you can see here, the Air Force One body redesign is now complete. I think it looks, actually, no, it's not, because I forgot to add this. But for the most part, it is now complete. I added the wheels, which I think look really good. They are a lot cleaner than the wheels that were on it last time. I think they look a bit nicer. I still want to see if I can do some more like adjustments there. And I forgot, but I have to include the engines for this set. But it looks good. I like how it's pretty big compared to the SUVs I have. What I want to do next is come up with the stairs, because I don't have stairs. I want to build them custom for this one, just like they would appear for Air Force One. I'll need 2 sets because obviously there are 2 doors. As you can see there, it's looking good. And then I still do have to do the interior of the plane. And this is one change I made that I don't think I showed on camera, was that I got rid of all the studs and I put some tiles here as well. So as you can see, this is what the airplane looks like on the inside. It is pretty big with 6 studs all the way across. And I'm gonna have like the president's desk up here, and then all the areas down here. And then I still need to get a few windows. I probably have those, here in my collection. If not, I might have to do some ordering, but I only have like 1 or 2 that are missing them. So it's pretty good. Progress has been going very, very well, and I like what I've done so far, and I think it looks like a much better plane. So now the cockpit is complete, and I want to start working on the interior of the plane. As you'll recall from the first kind of round that I started with, it was a very plain interior. This time I want to make it a little bit more fancy, like a traditional Air Force One would be. So now I'm just experimenting with seats here. I want to get as many seats as I can in the airplane. As you can see at the back here, these are kind of like the staffer seats. They're really close together, but then just like actual Air Force One, I think I want to have a couple different sections, because each member of staff, like each rank, kind of has their own section in the plane. So I want to duplicate that here. All right, so I've been testing out the waters with the indoor seating. I've got to make some modifications to the back, but this is what it's looking like. I've got lots of, like, these are the main staffers up here. Right here would be the president's office, and then back here would be like Secret Service and the reporters and like low-level staffers and stuff like that. But this is what it's looking like so far, and it looks very, very nice. So I pretty much figured out the seats now. It's been a lot of just trial and error trying to maximize the amount of seats we could get in. As you can see back here would be like the press cabin at the very back. They've got their own door because, you don't want the press overhearing. Here are the low-level staffers and the Secret Service. They would go here. In the middle, we've got the president's office here, which I still have to finish. It's going to look much nicer when it's done, but I'm liking how it looks so far. And then here we've got the high-level staffers, like the chief of staffs and everything like that. I'd get a ton more even if I didn't have this office in the middle, but it's a really important aspect to, I think, Air Force One, because it's like, why are you taking Air Force One? Well, the president's office. So it's looking good, and I'm happy with the progress so far. So after what feels like a full day of building, I am finally finished my Air Force One remodel. Holy crap, does this thing ever look different than when it did this morning when I started this build. As you can see now, I have finished the exterior of the model, and it's pretty much completely been redone. The only things that are the same are the wings. I even changed the engine, the doors, the color scheme, and even the back. And I'm so excited right now with how this back looks, because as I told you right off the bat, I don't want to have it like this, but because I don't have the right parts in my collection, I've got to make do. And I think I've done that quite well. So I'm excited first off, because when the last model was so back heavy, it tipped. Like, it was just always tipping. This model is not like that at all. And as you can see, I've added more parts kind of everywhere. I've tried to do as much as I could to keep it from tipping. So starting off at the front here, as you can see, moving all the way back, I'll remove all the roofs right now so you can get a better look at things, but I'm going to do a full video of this on my YouTube channel and really talk about all the different details, of course. So this is what Air Force One looks like with all the roof components taken off. We've got the cockpit. We've got a whole bunch of seats over here, the executive teams, the president's office right in the center here, very, very tiny, and I want to add a little bit more details on his desk and stuff like that. And then, of course, the back cabin and crew area, or like for Secret Service and other people. And then way at the back, we've got the press pool. So very exciting here. I really like how the plane turned out. I'm so excited to make a full tour of it here on my YouTube channel, but now that the interior's done, the exterior's done, I just can't wait. I'm really excited. I'm gonna add a few more details, add the minifigures and, like, you know, coffee cups and stuff like that. I still have to build the stairs to connect it because I don't believe any of the other stairs I have will fit, but I'm really happy with the progress. So thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for that video where I'll be making a full tour of Air Force One, but I really appreciate you coming along today for the build process. I really did hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one.